Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect, perfect. So, as we discussed yesterday, I told you that you're going to arrange the information in your resume in the reverse chronological order. Just a quick reiteration of whatever we studied yesterday, and then we will move on to the next couple of fields that you need to add in your resume. So, very, very important point. Keep all the information in the reverse chronological order. Now, what do I mean by reverse chronological order? Whatever is your recent achievement, it could be an certificate, it could be educational qualification, internship, work experience, sare fields mein what is the recent achievement that you have had should come in the at the beginning, and then you move towards the history part. Even in the education part, you write pursuing MBA, then graduation 12th and 10th. Ulta mat likhna, don't write 10th 12th graduation. That is very, very important. Then second, as I told you, we will start with the personal information, wherein name, contact details, email ID, and your LinkedIn profile's URL you would be sharing here. Please work on your LinkedIn profile. Very, very important. Just an additional tip that I am sharing with all of you is get connected to people, try to have connections in the industry, just for the sake of having connections or dikhane ke liye ki I'm connected to 200, 300 people doesn't mean any sense. You actually need to send connections to very responsible people or people who would definitely help you out in your journey. Now, very important point for having a network with LinkedIn is you need to have the connections with companies, HRs, with marketing people. Search it in your contacts, let it know it coming from your family members who are working with any kind of corporates, with any other institutions. You can just tell them that you would like to connect with them. उनके connections देख के आपको जो relevant लगता है, send that person a connect. Now, the moment you are connected, or if someone accepts your connection, please remember, friends, that don't directly put in that I'm looking for a job in this particular domain. कोई HR आपको connect करता है, you immediately tell him that you have a requirement and you're looking for an opportunity. Don't do that. That's a blunder. When you're connecting with people, always try and see that you form a bond with them first. So whatever posts that person is putting in, try to like that post, put a comment to it, make a relevant comment on it, or you can definitely add on or put relevant information to that person. Identify करो, देखो कि उसने किन किन skills को endorse किया है, किन किन companies के साथ, what are the various companies or causes that person cares for in his LinkedIn profile. I'm sure all of you know how to study a LinkedIn profile. So जब आप when you scroll down on any person's LinkedIn profile, नीचे आपको दिखता है कि this person cares for XYZ cause, maybe some philanthropic activities, he's following certain technical trends, some leaders, maybe he's following Elon Musk or any other special person or a leader. So try to put certain relevant link to that person जो उसका interest area है. Try to form that bond with that HR. And then when you have something authenticated in your profile that you've worked somewhere, you've done some kind of an internship or something, then put it to the HR that you're looking for new opportunities. Is this point clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very important how you leverage the social media. What happens that as youngsters, you people think कि सिर्फ LinkedIn पे join कर लिया, connects भेज दिया, हमारा connection दिख रहा है. No, have relevant people connected in your LinkedIn profile. Very, very important. And LinkedIn को keep it professional. Don't put any kind of personal texts on that. There are a lot of other social media platforms wherein you can put in your photographs and all the personal stuff related to your academic journey, related to your professional growth. जो भी आपको ऐसा लगता है कि it is a relevant post which people would like it, then definitely you can do that. LinkedIn पे posts डालने के भी टाइमिंग्स होते हैं. When do people really like or check your LinkedIn posts? So it is morning 8 to 10, you're going to put in your LinkedIn posts, or in the evening 6 to 8. That is the time when you have to put in your LinkedIn posts on your profile. Very, very important, because before a person starts his official or journey or the day journey, for that, at that point, the person definitely checks his LinkedIn profile once. And before you just wind up for the day, the person checks the LinkedIn profile. So maybe people may not give you the likes, or they may not comment. Check the organic impressions. Check how many people have visited your post, how well you are able to reach out to people. Put all these things as reposts, right? और उसी लिंक का जो भी आपने कोई relevant achievement है आपका, you want people to know about it, copy that link, put it on your WhatsApp status, let your family members, let your personal people in your contact know about it, tell them to like and share. They may not be relevant, right? You can tell your cousins, you can tell your uncles and aunts to like it. It is not because they are relevant, it is just because it increases the reach of that post. उन्होंने like किया, उनके connections जो होंगे उन तक भी आपका post जाएगा. So for that purpose, you need to be very, very active on LinkedIn. How many of you check your LinkedIn profile every day? All right, few people, 5 people have raised their hands that you check it every day. Please make it a habit. 8 participants, great. So please make it a practice that you check your LinkedIn profile every day. Very, very important. Okay, thank you very much. So it's very important. Check your profile, keep on adding, keep on liking, keep on sharing, reposting some of the posts that you might have liked and you found it as a good read and you want to just comment on it for better reach. Just put those comments. Stay active on LinkedIn. Abhi se network banaoge, you still have 1 year when you will be doing your internship. So during that time, you have to improve on your LinkedIn network. Very important, because that will help you get the reach in the professional circle. Quick reiteration of what we did yesterday. First of all, everybody is clear how do you put your contact details, किस chronological order में आपको रखना है. Then you write your career objective. We have already spoken on it. I'm sure you people have started building that, because my suggestion would be that I'm going to come to the campus on 30th of November. That is the last working day, Saturday before we close for Diwali. Right, Manisha ma'am, that's the schedule?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're there?
Yes, yes.
Right, so Saturday, yes. So Saturday, definitely I'd be there in the campus. If you want any kind of information, kuch aapko corrections chahiye, kuch aur information chahiye, please ask me on Saturday, because we're going to give you an 8 days of time during the Diwali vacation. And the first thing that you submit post the Diwali break is your resume. Ma'am ke paas mein, aapke coordinators ke paas mein sabke resumes aa jane chahiye. There will not be any reminder. जिसके resumes होंगे उतने ही मैं check करूंगी. I will not give any reminder to any student. All right. So then second step, we spoke about your work experience. People, those who have got the work experience or internship experience, उनको अपने experience के बारे में immediately after the career objective, you have to mention. So what was your designation, the company you had worked with, what was the duration, what was the overview or your profile, or you can just mention what were the key areas that you were handling, what was your role, responsibilities that were given, and any specific key achievement that you were able to really complete that project in the stipulated time, or whatever you think is something which people should really know and would have an impact in your future professional journey. Please mention about that. One important point is always keep on stressing on the skills that you have developed because of working in that particular role or completing that internship. Maybe example for a marketing person, if you have really done a marketing domain may you've done an internship. So maybe that has helped you develop your public speaking skills. It has helped you improve your communication and presentation. It would have improved your subject knowledge also, right? We study a lot of things during the campus, but when we actually implement it, we understand and gain more knowledge, right? So what skill set have you developed because of that job role or maybe that internship? You can mention over there. Post that, do talk about your education qualification. I've already given you an idea how you prepare it in a tabular format, right? So please do it in that very way. Post that, what I remember yesterday, we were just talking about the key projects or the certifications that you have done during your academic journey. Now, any kind of project that you had done during your graduation or any certification courses, there are a lot of certification courses that you have already done in your graduation and post-graduation journey as well, and few certifications you would be completing in the next couple of months before you actually go for your internship. So do mention about those certifications. Mention about the date when that certificate was given to you. Very, very important. Or the course when you had completed that, and arrange it in a reverse chronological order. That's a very important point. Why am I stressing on this? Because your resume and your folder should match. अभी मैं आपको resume बताना कैसे बनाते हैं. We are discussing on that aspect. Next step would be how you prepare your folder. So whatever you are mentioning in your resume, that has to be justified or that has to be confirmed with the use of a certificate. So don't fake any information. अगर आपने marksheets या आपका education qualification का details दिया है, तो relevant marksheets आपके folder में होने चाहिए. Certifications आप mention कर रहे हो that you have done XYZ certification, maybe an advanced Excel certification you have done. So you need to have a certificate to prove that you have done it and you're not bluffing that information. All right, makes sense? Are we all on the same page here?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Let us move on to the next very important field that you would be adding in your resume, and that is your core competencies, key soft skills that you possess. That's very, very important. You have to mention about it. Being an MBA student, the focus is on holistic development. एक इंजीनियरिंग का बंदा और एक एमबीए के बंदे में बहुत ज्यादा फर्क होता है in the skill set. An engineering background person needs to be technically very, very strong. Soft skills is something which is important for everyone. A very important quote which I actually tell to all the students is that your technical skills will get you hired, but lack of soft skills will definitely get you fired from your job as well. So if you just have the subject matter expertise and you're not able to communicate or present that particular expertise that you have in the subject, it is not going to make any sense. So you need to work on your core competencies, your key skill set, your key soft skills are very, very important. So please analyze that what are your strength areas. How many of you have done SWOT analysis anytime in your entire educational journey? SWOT analysis. Have you heard about it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Please tell me, what is SWOT analysis? What is the full form of SWOT? SWOC.
Strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and C for challenges.
Perfect. Perfect. That is very nice, Bhagyashree. So what are your strengths? What are your areas of improvement? That is weakness. We don't call it as weaknesses anymore. We call it as areas of improvement. As professionals, we understand that nobody is perfect. There are certain areas where you always need to keep on learning and developing your skill set. So that's your weakness part. Opportunities, and it actually used to be threats. That is SWOT analysis we used to talk about. But now, rather than threats, we call it as challenges. So what could be your challenges and how you're overcoming your challenges is also very, very important. So when we have an orientation on personal interview, the HR round of personal interview, how do you handle the questions coming your way? At that time, I would be giving you a lot of examples for answering the questions based on your challenges. So if you have done a SWOT analysis, many of you would be really aware about your strengths, right? What are your strengths? Aapki overall personality ke strengths kya hai? What are the plus points that you have? Now, why do we stress so much on key competencies or core competencies? Because every one of you, 100 people are going to prepare the resume in the same format, the format which I am discussing right now. How do you differentiate yourself, your key skills? Everybody is getting an MBA degree in a specific specialization. Everybody is going to do an internship. Everybody has completed the graduation. So the skill set that you are mentioning in your resume is somewhat similar, right? Only the core competencies that you mention are something that will differentiate your CV from other people's CV or other your batchmates, your classmates applying for the same position for which you would be applying for. So any one of you who would quickly tell me what would you write in your key competencies or core competencies or key soft skills that you possess, and kitne likhne chahiye uska kuch is there any specific number that you write, 2, 3, 5, what exactly it is? What is your idea? How do you talk about your core competencies? Who will tell me about that? Quickly raise your hands. Have I asked something very difficult? Yes, no, maybe? Give me a response. Give me a response quickly.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Can you please
Priti.
pardon? Ma'am, can you please pardon?
You want me to tell you what exactly you have to tell us? All
Yes,
right.
ma'am. Yes.
So I was talking about the SWOT analysis, that is strengths. So how will you mention your strengths or your core competencies in your resume? कैसे लिखेंगे उसके बारे में? That's the next field, right? Once you write about your certifications, the next field that you elaborate is your core competencies. What will you write in that?
Yes, ma'am. As of now, I have known to my skills that I have developed my leadership quality. Then I have ability to do teamwork and cope up with the work with means I'm a time bounded person who
Okay.
always go with the time. So these are my these are my skills or qualities which I have, which will help the organization to improve my performance and as well as help the organization to grow. So these
All
are all
right.
I have to mention in my CV resume.
All right, Pratik, that is good. We're going to come back and discuss on what you had just mentioned. Anybody else who has written any core competencies या क्या लिखेंगे? अगर नहीं बनाया है अब तक resume, लेकिन दिमाग में तो है, कल we had discussed so many aspects, right? So it is there in your mind that, okay, you have to prepare your resume. So what will you write in this particular field, that is core competencies? Quickly मुझे बताओ. Lot of things to be discussed in the next half an hour with you. जल्दी जल्दी बताओ. What will you write?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Pranjali. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. In core competencies, we can write the what are the skills required for the job. Then what is your personality trait which are which are relevant to the job, and then the abilities. I mean, what are the abilities you can do for the job? Relevant.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good. But see, that is where you say that you are going to match the core competencies according
To the
to
job, yes.
what exactly is mentioned in the job description. That is
Yes.
perfectly bang on, Pranjali. लेकिन अगर आपको basic कुछ लिखना है, see now for example in the job description if it is mentioned that we are looking for someone who is very good or is excellent when it comes to proficiency in English language, someone who is very good when it comes to negotiation skills, someone who is a problem solver. Fair enough, आप वही टर्म्स उठा के आपके कोर कॉम्पिटेंसीज में लिखोगे और आपको लिखने ही पड़ेंगे because these are the keywords and these are being scanned by the software, and if you are writing these keywords only then your resume gets shortlisted, which is absolutely true. However, basic क्या लिखेंगे अगर you're just making a basic outline of your resume, what would be the skill set that you would like to write as your core competency?
Like communication skills. Then we can write the strategic management skills, creative thinking. You can write then decision making. Likewise.
Okay, great, Pranjali. Those were really good answers. Anyone else?
Quick learner, positive attitude.
Quick learner, positive attitude. Very good. So these are some of the aspects that you can put as your skill set. And I'm happy that you're thinking on those lines and you're going to write them down. Very, very important point. Why am I asking you this is that whatever you write in your CV, you're giving it in black and white. The HR is having the CE, your resume or CV in his hand when he's interviewing you. So at the same time, the person is definitely going to ask you a question related to that. Now, for example, just like Prateek mentioned that I've been able to develop my leadership skills. Now, my question to Prateek would be, can you just give me one incidence or can you just justify your statement that you have leadership skills? How will you answer that?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
May I?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. In my MBA post-graduation, I have participated in so many activities where I lead as a group leader. So from that experiences, I'm saying that I have developed my leadership qualities.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's good. That's good. So the point that I want to reiterate here is that you write about your core competencies in the CV, in the resume, only about those qualities which you can justify with an example. Now, for example, if I write that I am someone who can collaborate well and work in teams, अगर किसी ने मुझे पूछा कि इसको elaborate करो, give me an example where you were able to showcase your skill set, I should be ready with my answer. If I say that I'm a quick learner and a decision maker, someone asks me, just let me know how you are a quick learner. So you should be able to give a justifiable answer to that, right? So that is very important when you write your core competencies. Any question on this?
No, ma'am.
Is it clear?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Can you give some example? Means as of now, you're saying how to mention and how to speak. So can you give an example from your side so we can understand very well?
Sure, Prateek. I'm going to talk about all these aspects when we actually move on to the FAQ part in PIs, right? So we are going to have a module with you, which is called as the placement readiness module, in which we will be discussing all these questions with you, what kind of answers you would be able to give, all these things we would be discussing definitely with you in the future. Maybe before you all get into your final internship program, all these modules would be completed with you. So please do not worry about it. Right now, all right. Yes, thank you. So right now the focus is identify what are your core competencies, write them down in your resume on your understanding, according to your understanding, what could be a relevant answer to that particular skill that you have mentioned. उसके एक background में तैयारी करके रखो. We will definitely tell you how you can really rework or restructure the answer that you would be giving, right?
Yes, ma'am. I have doubts, ma'am, regarding last session.
Huh.
One is when when we are mentioning our institute names, so they are being means lengthy. So we have to mention the institute name, or we have to mention the board which we have passed out.
I would prefer you to write the institute's name rather than writing down the board, because it makes a lot of difference from which school, from which college you have completed your graduation. Hardly makes any difference on your competencies or your skill set, but then it does make a difference. So if it is too large, you can just quickly have an abbreviation of it, and when you're explaining that particular point, or if someone asks you, you should be able to elaborate it.
Okay. And ma'am, one more doubt is if I have any joining letter, but I didn't get a completion of that means internship and all. So should I have to mention that or not? have
Have you done that internship?
Yes, done, but not get the completion letter. But I have joining letter. So,
Why the completion letter was not given to you? Did the
No,
company not give you? You did not ask for it, or you are still pursuing what exactly?
no, ma'am, it's not about my experience. It's my friends who is having experience, but he is not getting the completion letter. He has a joining letter. So he
No,
has
you
to
need, no, Pratik. That could actually cause a confusion if
Okay.
by chance, the HR asks you whether you were, where is your completion letter, and if you're not able to give it, it
Okay.
could land your friend into difficulty. I'll tell you the reason why. There are so many students, and we have seen that during the campus placements, students they take the offer letter, but they don't join that particular organization. As a human being, we always have this freedom to keep on looking for better opportunities, right? I have seen students, they have taken the offer letter from one company, used that particular offer letter, they have shown it to someone else and said that, okay, this is the kind of package, this is the offer that I already have. If you're going to give me more than this, I would be joining your organization. So these are the cases, unethical practices, which many of the people, forget about students, even in my professional career of 15 years, I have seen people doing all these unethical things. So it's always better at the beginning itself, try and see that you are very ethical in that aspect. Please do not mention about it in your CV, but definitely when you've been asked that question, tell me something about yourself, he can definitely mention about that internship, that I did complete a 45 days of an internship or a 60 days of an internship. Unfortunately, I've not gotten the completion certificate, but these were the skills that I was able to develop because of this internship. So that could be spoken during your answer to the question, tell me something about yourself. Don't give anything in black and white which you cannot justify. That is the rule of writing any information in the resume. Just for the sake of it, बढ़ाना है, दिखाना है certifications के नीचे कुछ या internship के नीचे कुछ, इसलिए आप लिख रहे हैं. Please don't make that blunder. That's a sincere request.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for guiding me.
All right, great. Any more questions regarding the information that has been shared with you till now? Are you all clear how you're going to write about your soft skills and core competencies?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Let us move on to the next field, which is called as hobbies, or you can also call it as areas of interests, right? What do you mean by a hobby? कौन बताएगा मुझे?
आदतें.
Yes, Rahul.
आदतें मैडम.
आदतें. आदतें is habits.
हॉबीज छंद.
छंद. मग काय छंद आहेत आपल्याला, कसं लिहिणार आपण त्याच्याबद्दल? येस, सांगा, पटपट सांगा. इफ यू हॅव टू राईट समथिंग इन हॉबीज. हा,
ट्रॅव्हलिंग करायची हॉबी.
ट्रॅव्हलिंग करायची हॉबी आहे. ओके, कुठे कुठे ट्रॅव्हल केलं आतापर्यंत?
जास्त नाही, पण हेच आपलं जेवढं जवळ जवळ जिल्हे आहेत तेवढंच, जास्त लांब तर नाही गेलो अजून.
बरोबर आहे. मग ते हॉबी मध्ये लिहिता येईल का आपल्याला?
नाही.
कारण जर प्रश्न विचारला, if someone asks you this question, that okay, what are the places that you have traveled? What did you learn in that during your traveling? Why do you like to travel? How will you answer those questions? Just because आवडतं म्हणून की traveling helps you.
नाही,
Yes.
काही नवीन
बोल.
गोष्टी बघायला भेटतात, काही
हा.
नवीन.
Correct. Very true. You learn new things. You learn new culture. You meet different people. You understand their language, their traditions, right? That is what traveling is. Traveling, yes, you travel for fun. That is true. That you travel for fun to enjoy with your family, with your friends. I completely agree to that particular point. But when you just say that what exactly do you learn, or what kind of what exactly a hobby means, that is what I am actually looking for. Yes, good morning, Ganesh sir.
Yes, good morning. Good morning,
Yeah.
all.
Right.
I want to share one thing.
Sure, sir.
Most of the time, what I have seen that when it comes to hobby, so many students are just doing Control C and Control V. Okay. So, and really, it's found very difficult, to give the answer.
Correct.
Because अगर आपने दूसरों की हॉबी अगर आपने आपके सीवी में अगर डाली, तो इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. एंड यू आर राइटली एक्सप्लेन दैट कि जब आप कोई भी एक वर्ड लिखते हो, सो वहां पर है ना हॉबी में, आई थिंक दिस इज माय पर्सनल ओपिनियन कि दो चार चीजें होने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है. आपको अगर
Correct.
एक ही हॉबी है तो एक ही लिख दो, बट उसका पूरा जस्टिफिकेशन आपके पास होना चाहिए. ओके.
Very true.
एज वेल एज मेरा तो कैसे, और लोगों का कैसे रहता है कि, और स्टूडेंट भी क्या करते हैं कि व्हेन इट कम्स टू हॉबी, उनको लगता है कि ऐसे कुछ इम्प्रेसिव करने वाली हॉबी लिखनी चाहिए. सो एंड वहां पर फंस जाते हैं फिर.
True,
रीडिंग
true.
तो मैंने बहुत बार देखा है. रीडिंग लिखते हैं, एज वेल एज लिसनिंग म्यूजिक लिखते हैं. सो आई ऑलवेज आस्क क्वेश्चन. लिसनिंग म्यूजिक अगर होता है तो मैं सच में पूछता हूँ कौन सा सिंगर सबसे अच्छा लगता है, उसका कौन सा सॉन्ग अच्छा लगता है. तो अगर आप जो भी कुछ हॉबीज में लिखते हो, तो आई थिंक हॉबीज को अगर डिफाइन कर दिया जाए, तो मेरे तरफ से तो डेफिनेशन यही रहेगी, जो आपको इनर सेटिस्फेक्शन देता है मीन्स हॉबी. सो ये कोई कुछ भी हो सकती है. लाइक मुझे मेडिटेशन करना अच्छा लगता है, मेडिटेशन करना मेरी हॉबी हो सकती है.
Correct. Correct.
टू बी इन साइलेंट मोड.
Very true.
ये भी हॉबी हो सकती है. सो मेरे स्टूडेंट के लिए यही रिक्वेस्ट रहेगी कि आपका एक ऐसा ऐसी एक चीज ढूंढ लो जो आपको अंदर से खुशी देती है. ओके. जो आपको अंदर से खुशी देगी वो आपकी हॉबी हो सकती है. और वो 2 4 5 और लिस्ट नहीं होनी चाहिए. एक दो चीजें होती है तो भी, बट यू शुड हैव एक्सप्लेनेशन फॉर दैट. Okay, so this is मुझे लगा कि शेयर करना चाहिए, इसलिए
Absolutely. You are most welcome, and thank you very much for your input, sir, because this is something which the students should understand.
Right.
I have been checking resumes whole my training career, and I have seen students writing reading, traveling, ट्रैकिंग. एक बच्चे ने लिखा था ट्रैकिंग. सो मैंने उसको पूछा, बेटा कहाँ कौन से फोर्ट्स पे गए हो अभी तक? मैडम हर संडे सिंहगढ़ जाते हैं. मैंने कहा बेटा गर्लफ्रेंड को रोज सिंहगढ़ लेके जाना इज नॉट अ हॉबी, right? So that is not a hobby that you write. Something that helps you rejuvenate, something that gives you inner satisfaction, peace, as Ganesh sir has mentioned. That is your hobby. That is your area of interest, right? Listening music. I appreciate agar aap likhte ho, to listen to the music is your hobby. But is that really just to pass your time कि आज कुछ करने को नहीं है, बैठे हैं, सर्फ कर रहे हैं, एक तरफ गाने सुन रहे हैं? Is that the way, or it is actually helping you reconnect या refresh yourself? You had a very busy day, a long day, and then 1 घंटा बैठ के शांति से you're listening to classical music or some soft music that is helping you come back to your normal position. सर ने लिखा, सर ने बोला meditation. Definitely something which actually brings you back, have some positive energy. That is what it is. Playing cricket. As Indians, अगर हमने specifically boys, अगर हमने hobby में playing cricket नहीं लिखा, तो we are not an Indian, right? But everybody plays cricket just for time pass, or you're actually learning something from it. Hobbies also help you learn, right? Gardening, for that matter. People love to garden, right? So you want to stay with the nature. That helps you, that brings you closer to the nature. So anything that you write in your hobby needs to have a justification to it. Anything you write in your core competency should have a justification to it. I like something, why I like it. because my friend has written it in his resume, मैंने भी वो copy कर लिया है. Please don't have that kind of a thing when you're doing it. Hobbies, core competencies, as I mentioned, are two things that will differentiate you as a person from your friend. Educational qualification same हो सकते हैं, internship same जगह पे की होगी आपने, लेकिन क्या skill set develop हुआ है, क्या competency develop हुआ है, and what is your area of interest or hobby, that is where you differentiate yourself from other people, right? Is that point clear to everyone?
As well as
Yes,
one more
ma'am.
point, you know,
Yes, sir.
when students are writing trekking, at least
Right.
they should know right spelling of a trekking. You know, most of the time मैंने ऐसे देखा है ट्रेकिंग लिखते हैं, but ट्रेकिंग का स्पेलिंग
Spelling ही गलत है,
Okay.
गलत है.
So ये भी चीजों के ऊपर ध्यान रखना चाहिए. और एक
Very
चीज
true.
मैं बताना चाहता हूँ, यह हमारे इसमें मेजॉरिटी स्टूडेंट्स एग्री बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट के हैं.
Correct.
तो मेरी तो उनके लिए सजेशन रहेगी, अगर मान लो किसी को आइडेंटिफाई करने में डिफिकल्ट जा रहा है कि मुझे मेरी हॉबी क्या है, मैंने इतना इंट्रोस्पेक्शन किया ही नहीं अभी तक. सो अगर नहीं किया है तो ऐसी कुछ चीजें ढूंढ लो जो आपके कुछ डोमेन से कनेक्ट हो. जैसे आपने
Absolutely.
गार्डनिंग बोला,
Right.
so I have interest in terrace gardening. So terrace
Correct.
gardening, but होता क्या है मैं आपको बताता हूँ. अभी इसमें से स्टूडेंट में भी होगी, उसमें हमने कुछ मॉक इंटरव्यूज लिए थे.
Okay.
मुझे ये शेयर करना ही है, बिकॉज एक स्टूडेंट थी, उसने सीवी में लिखा था कि हॉबीज में लिखा था लिसनिंग म्यूजिक और समथिंग लिखा था. तो मैंने पूछा कि किस तरीके का म्यूजिक सुनते हो, तो उसने सूफी म्यूजिक मुझे बताया. तो सूफी क्या होता है? सो क्वेश्चन क्या होता है कि आप जिस तरीके से आंसर देते हो उसके ऊपर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन डिपेंड है.
Absolutely.
जो आंसर आप देते हो, आप ऐसे मत सोचो कि एक ऐसे हेवी वर्ड्स यूज करेंगे तो आगे का
Correct.
इंप्रेस हो जाएगा. ऐसे नहीं होता है.
Correct.
तो
Correct.
आपको ऐसे ही वर्ड यूज करने हैं. उसके बाद मैंने पूछा तो टेरेस गार्डनिंग के बारे में मुझे बताया. तो मैंने पूछा कि टेरेस गार्डनिंग में टेल मी हाउ मेनी पॉट्स यू हैव, टेरेस गार्डन में कितने हैं. तो उसने मुझे 3 या 4 पॉट्स बताए. तो मैंने बताया कौन से हैं, तो कुछ ऐसे 1-2 नाम मुझे बताया. बट जब आप कहते हो कि आई हैव टेरेस गार्डनिंग और ये मेरी हॉबी है, तो कम से कम आपके पास उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए. आपका मोबाइल है तो उसमें उसके फोटोग्राफ्स होने चाहिए.
Correct.
आप बोल सकते हो कि कैन आई शेयर सम फोटोग्राफ्स विथ यू, आई हैव वेरी ब्यूटीफुल
Correct.
फोटोग्राफ्स ऑफ माय टेरेस गार्डनिंग. और मैं यू नो ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग की बात करते हैं, बट मैं टेरेस के ऊपर कुछ ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग करते हैं. मेरे घर में जितनी सब्जी लगती है उतना तो कम से कम यानी 2-4 दिन की तो हफ्ते में मिलती ही है.
Correct.
ये दिखना चाहिए आपके एक्टिविटी से, और उतना इंसाइट आपके पास होना चाहिए. या खाली हॉबी में
True.
टेरेस गार्डनिंग लिख के नहीं चलेगा. बट एग्री बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट के स्टूडेंट है तो एटलीस्ट रिलेटेड विद प्लांट कुछ हॉबी होनी
Correct.
चाहिए. So which
Correct.
will connect.
Correct. Very, very
Yes, yes.
true point, sir. Very true point. Something that connects you to the nature, because that's the field that you have chosen as specialization. When we actually discuss how you answer questions, because ये question आपको definitely पूछा जाएगा interview में, that why you are doing your specialization in agribusiness, क्यों कर रहे हैं आप, तब आप बोलेंगे कि you like all these aspects. तो वो कहीं आपके hobbies में reflect होना चाहिए. See, everything is interconnected. Whatever, and there are 2 types of questions that have been asked to you. One set of questions are related to your resume. आपका resume सामने खोल के रखेगा HR और उससे related questions पूछेगा. Some questions are impromptu questions. They might give you situations. So we will be discussing all these aspects with you, that how you answer these questions. But अपना resume बताते time हमेशा ये चीज आपके दिमाग में रखो. Whatever information you're putting it on your resume, you should always be ready to justify it. You always need to have a reason to it. If I like this, why I like this. If this is my competency, where I have shown this, that okay, I'm very good with communication. आपकी language से पता चलना चाहिए जब आप बात कर रहे हो. So these are some of the aspects that you should be very, very careful about when you write your hobbies. Any questions anybody would like to ask related to the hobbies part? Or you can also mention it as areas of interest. किसी को कुछ questions इस पे पूछने हैं? हाँ प्रतीक बोलो.
Ma'am, and how many hobbies we have to mention? Means some people are writing that like list of the hobbies. So how
नहीं
many?
करना है. List
Yes.
of the hobbies means वो लिखने के लिए लिखा हुआ है. अभी गणेश सर ने वही बोला. You can either write a couple of things. 1-2 चीजें. हॉबी यानी जो आपको दिल से पसंद है. Just for the sake of writing, you don't write it. Now, for example, if someone asks me, what is your hobby? I would say that I'm a voracious reader. I keep on reading things. आजकल hard copies नहीं मिलता है, तो online जितने articles आते हैं, I keep on reading about it. I keep on reading newspaper. I'm very what do you say that अगर नहीं पढ़ा है सुबह 10-15 मिनट न्यूज़पेपर नहीं पढ़ा है, तो I feel that my day has not started. Right? Some book I have to read. Who is my favorite author? What kind of books do I write? Which genre of books do I read? Do I read motivational books? Do I read science fiction books? What kind of genre do I write like to read? तो ये justify करते आना चाहिए. इसलिए couple of things you can write it down. Someone would say traveling, जैसे बोला, तो travel कहाँ ट्रैवल किया है, क्या क्या उससे आपको सीखने को मिला है, what exactly it is, then you can write it down. So मेरे हिसाब से it should not be more than maximum 3, maximum couple of them, 1 or 2 is more than enough. That is what I personally feel. Someone would say that I'm someone who is interested in technology. What are the new things coming up into the market? I keep on reading. Someone would say that surfing social media or leveraging social media for my own growth is also my hobby. I connect with people on LinkedIn. I connect with people on Insta. I like to do DM also. Digital marketing मुझे अच्छा लगता है. So हर चीज को आपको justify करते आना चाहिए whenever you put your hobbies. 2 to 3 भी बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है मेरे हिसाब से. Couple of them is very suitable at this point in time.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, पूछो.
Ma'am, means as Ganesh has said that we have two hobbies which can relate to our core or our graduation.
Correct.
So if we don't have any hobbies like that, so we have the hobbies which we can elaborate or we can explain. We have to mention
हाँ,
all things.
बिल्कुल. नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि अगर आपने कोर लिया है तो आपने जानबूझ के बिकॉज एग्री इज योर कोर और फार्मा आपका कोर है और आप दैट इज द रीजन उससे रिलेटेड आपको कुछ हॉबी लेना है. नो, दैट इज जस्ट एन एक्सप्लेनेशन विच सर हैज गिवन दैट अगर आप लिखते हैं तो यू कैन जस्टिफाई इट वेरी वेल. लेकिन अगर वैसा नहीं है, सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम नॉट वेरी कीन व्हेन इट कम्स टू गार्डनिंग. मुझे इतना शौक नहीं है. आई डू लाइक ट्रीज, आई लाइक नेचर, आई लाइक एवरीथिंग, बट मैं उसके लिए कुछ करती नहीं हूं ऐसा अलग. सो आई कैन नॉट कॉल इट एज अ हॉबी. रादर देन दैट, रीडिंग इज समथिंग विच आई डेफिनेटली लाइक अ लॉट. कुकिंग इज समथिंग विच आई डेफिनेटली लाइक. वो मेरे प्रोफेशन से कोई लेना देना नहीं है कुकिंग का. आई एम नॉट अ शेफ. I have not done hotel management. लेकिन मेरा hobby है because it gives me inner satisfaction. When I cook something well, when my family eats that, when my kid eats that, he appreciates it. It gives me inner satisfaction. So that's my hobby. कुछ नया ट्राई करते रहना है. रोज का खाना बनाने को बोलोगे तो maybe I may not like it, but something new to experiment, I would definitely do it. It has nothing to do with my educational qualification. Right? Make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Right. So there's something coming in the chat as well. Trekking. अच्छा, शुभम ने trekking का spelling बताया. Thank you, Shubham. TREKKING. That is the spelling for trekking. So Shubham, your hobby is trekking?
Yes, ma'am.
अच्छा, कौन से फोर्ट्स पे गए हो अभी तक? महाराष्ट्र में रहकर अगर आपने ट्रैकिंग हॉबी बोला है तो बी वेरी श्योर दैट द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज नेम द फोर्ट्स दैट यू हैव ट्रेक्ड.
हरिश्चंद्रगढ़, गोरखगढ़, रतनगढ़.
बस फिर तो डेफिनेटली इट इज योर हॉबी. एंड व्हाई डू यू लाइक ट्रैकिंग? इसका आंसर ढूंढ के रखना. हम पीआई जब करेंगे तब इस पे डिस्कस करेंगे. लेट मी
For
क्विकली
skill development, ma'am. For
Skill
innovative ideas.
Yes, to get innovative ideas, to be more creative, to improve your stamina, your health. There are so many positive aspects associated to trekking. Also, it connects you to the history, right? In Maharashtra, in and around Maharashtra, you have forts of Shivaji Maharaj, which actually connects us to the history part and the glorious history of Maharashtra. So that definitely makes a lot of difference. Great. Next very important field after your extracurricular activities, hobbies, uske baad mein extracurricular activities. Yes, let us just quickly elaborate on that. What will you write when it comes to extracurricular activities? What do we mean by extracurricular activities? Any of the things that you have done in your education life apart from your studies in the college that comes under extracurricular activities. Yes, Pratik, आप कुछ ऐड करना चाहते हैं?
Yes, ma'am. That was what I'm saying, which you have mentioned right now.
Yes, so extracurricular activities, participated in some kind of fests that were conducted in the college, or any kind of other extra curricular activities, participated in some kind of NSS camp, or maybe some kind of village immersion programs. आप लोगों का तो already you have that particular thing associated in your course itself. However, you can mention about these extra co-curricular activities that you have done. Very, very important. If you actually plan to go for any kind of global opportunities, people are considering your extra co-curricular activities also, not only your academic qualification, but about your overall growth as a holistic person. They would be checking on this aspect also. कुछ नहीं है तो जबरदस्ती वो फील्ड ऐड मत करना. अगर कुछ है रेलेवेंट लिखने लायक तो ही लिखो, अदरवाइज कोर कंपिटेंसीज या सॉफ्ट स्किल्स की एरियाज लिख के भी आप अपना रेज्यूमे क्लोज कर सकते हो. हाउ डू यू क्लोज योर रेज्यूमे? पोस्ट दैट यू राइट द डेट एंड द प्लेस, दैट इज जिस दिन आपने वो रेज्यूमे बनाया है तो जिस दिन आप उसको भेजोगे फ्रेश डेट आपको उस पर डालना पड़ेगा. प्लेस पुणे जहां भी आपने बनाया है इज इंपॉर्टेंट. रेज्यूमे में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट विच आई वांट टू टेल एवरीवन, and the major differentiation between a resume and a CV is that you do not write any declaration in a resume. आपने बहुत सारे CVs में ये देखा होगा, it is written, I hereby declare that whatever information that I've mentioned in this CV is true to my knowledge. Now, please understand that in a resume, you do not have to write any kind of declaration. क्यों लिखते हैं हम declaration CV में? Because you are writing about your job experience there. You are mentioning about the timeline कि इस साल से इस साल तक इस कंपनी में मैंने काम किया है, which requires a kind of authentication from your side that yes, this is true to my knowledge, और मैं कुछ wrong information नहीं share कर रहा हूँ. Right? So for that matter, in a resume, you're not writing any such thing. So you do not have to give any kind of declaration. Whatever certificates that you show in your folder are more than enough to give a proof of whatever you have written in a resume. So please do not write any kind of declaration in your resume. Quickly, I'm going to reshare my slides with you so that we can just check the format. Give me a minute. Right. So are you able to see the screen, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me quickly take you back. We start with contact details, career objective, work experience, internship, education, key projects, certifications, soft skills, core competencies, extracurricular activities. अगर है तो mention करो. Else you can omit this particular field, and your hobbies, date and place. That should finish your CV. Not more than 1.5 page. Maximum 1.5 page. बहुत ज्यादा elaborative 2 पेज का resume पढ़ने के लिए time नहीं है किसी के पास में. Quick highlights. Always have a professional email ID. कुछ भी email IDs मत बनाओ. If you do not have a proper professional ID, please create a professional email ID. Something related to your name. Now, for example, anjaliatre@gmail.com. That's the most professional email ID that you could have. Please do not make anything read me the way I am. और I would क्या पता नहीं अजीब अजीब तरीके के email IDs मैंने पढ़े हैं. तो that looks good as your Twitter handle or your Insta profile, but email IDs should always be very very professional. Name the resume file with your name. जब आप file save करते हो and you convert it into a PDF, always name it as resume और आगे अपना नाम लिखो उसमें. That is how you save the file. Then PDF format, personalize your resume to match the job requirements. इस पे हम already बात कर चुके हैं. Whenever you're writing your core competencies, whenever you're writing about your hobbies, relate it to that. Next, also in the upcoming sessions, we will talk we will talk about how to identify the keywords and put them in your resumes. Also, I'll be sharing a file with you, which will give you details about the words that are redundant in HR now. That is, we don't use those words in HR anymore. So, uska kya synonym hai, kya substitute hai, that file also I'll be sharing with you. Always use headings and bullet points. Resume ka size maximum 1.5 page hona chahiye. And photographs, scanned photographs, always it has to be scanned photographs. Coming to the formatting part of the resume, very, very important, friends. You should be very careful about the process in which you format your resume. I think there are some important points here. Always remember what kind of font are you using. Aage case mein, I will be mentioning the fonts that you use, also the font size. Always be careful about the font size and the font type. एक ही font size and एक ही font type आपको follow करना है in the entire resume. Some information which you would like to highlight can be kept in bold. लेकिन एक को 12 में रखा है, एक को 14 में रखा है font size, ऐसा मत करो, because when you take a print of it, it looks very unorganized, right? So keep one same font number, and that is font size and font type. Only certain information which you would like to highlight can be kept in bold, or you can underline that particular information. So this is what it is. The font size should not be less than 11 point on your resume. So 11 or 12 is something which we always tell the students. It could look different on your laptop, but when you take a print of it, it looks different. So to be very precise and careful, कि वो readable font size होना चाहिए. एक rough page पे print लेके देख लो कि उसका final print कैसे दिख रहा है, and then decide the font size that you would keep on it. I have also mentioned certain very, very important URLs that would give you reference to design your resume in a readable format. So this particular presentation that I am just showing it to you, I will quickly convert it into a PDF format and send it to Manisha ma'am. She will forward it to all of you so that you can keep this as your reference. And on these lines, you can prepare your resume. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Final questions before we end today's session. Any questions? If there are no questions, दो बातें हो सकती हैं. क्या दो बातें हैं, फटाफट बताओ.
एक तो सब समझ में आया, एक तो कुछ नहीं समझ में आया.
Correct. Bhagyashree has given the absolute right answer. If you don't ask any questions, either you have understood everything or you have understood nothing. Now, for example, if you have understood everything, then you should appreciate your facilitator कि हमने अच्छे से आपको explain किया, इसलिए आपको सब कुछ समझ में आ गया. अब कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आया है तो बहुत मुश्किल है. You need to really buck up your skill set, right? That is very, very important. Shubham, you are not supposed to add any references in your resume, because references are given only and only when you write your CV, and if you have any kind of professional qualification for with you. आपका सबसे बड़ा reference is your college authorities. They are your reference. आपको क्या लगता है? The HR always speaks to all your college authorities before giving you an offer letter. What has been your overall conduct during your 2 years in the college? So definitely your college authorities are your biggest reference in a resume. So for that, you do not have to write any reference in the resume. Please make it a point. No references, no declarations to be written in the resume. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So quickly, friends, take a couple of minutes of a break, refresh yourself, join the session at 11 o'clock. And if possible, Saturday tak agar aapka